We are ready to pop the cork in Champaign, Illinois, home to the Fighting Illini, and the fans clad in orange and blue are more than ready for this one. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Illinois Fighting Illini. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Buckeyes will put toe to leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. So Illinois will have some work to do after that short return. The Buckeyes obviously enjoyed the upper hand historically in this battle for the Illabuck.
And the Illabuck Trophy is actually the second oldest football trophy in the Big Ten. Only behind the Little Brown Jug, Palmer. So this is some serious tradition. I don't know what the trophy is. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. It looks like a turtle to me, but I don't know the significance. But this is a rivalry game.
It's a pretty cool-looking wooden turtle, I'll say that. And that's saying something, Pollack. How about that? A history lesson from you. Anyone that says that this football game's not educational, they just don't watch us enough.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Good timing on the quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. He's going to pass. Get it out on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. Illinois lining up quickly.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. From the red zone, looking for a space. Makes the catch. It's Dixon. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Illini! I can't imagine that going any better.
What a great start for this offense. Opening drive, come out, have success. You know, most offensive coordinators script their first 5 to 10 plays. Looks like that script worked pretty well.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. Gonna let it fly. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The trophy that the Buckeyes and Illini play for, the Illabuck, guys, is a giant wooden turtle.
Imagine that, man. You're having to put your trophies in a water tank and feed it. It's probably the only trophy that ever had that ability. It's incredible. It was nurtured. Maybe a little bit different story now, David, but that is pretty cool history.
Yeah, and I guess you really only need one turtle every 100 years, so the trophy's not expensive. I guess you just got to take care of it, and every year you pass a live living animal. That's why they changed it.
And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. To the air. It's Altmaier. He makes the connection. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
I love how the wide receiver just wasn't lazy on this play, because he could have cut that route short, but he knew he had to extend the route to make sure he got that 1st down and help keep this drive alive.
Illinois putting together a really nice drive. From the gun, the running back has it. How about that determined run inside the red zone? He's got 6. It's down at 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's a real nowhere man, tackled in this no-gain land. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Fighting Illini. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. And as a result, they lose yardage.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Gets it out quickly. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, you get the completion, and now it's decision time for the head coach, right? This is a massive one, too. 4th and short on your own end of the field. What do you do?
This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun to give, looking for room.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Dumps it to the back. It's complete to the left. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Buckeye aerial attack continues to be prolific. You feel as if they're on the verge of scoring on any snap.
And it's such a good blend between such great offensive talent year after year after year that you see go to the draft, but also great play calling, great play design. They've always got it working, and you know this offense is always capable of hanging 40 points and making it look easy.
Fires to the wideout. And the pass is intercepted. Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT. For this possession.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
The Illinois offense returns to the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
And he'll have to check his feelings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Illinois right back to the line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And I think they'll give it. on 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Back to throw, it's Altmaier. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. SMU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Doak Walker among the legends to wear that uniform. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Georgia Tech. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thurman. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. This rivalry more than a century old with the Buckeyes dominating most of the time, guys.
And just think about that. All this time, these Ohio State and Illinois fans have been talking about and looking forward to this rivalry. To your point, absolutely. Ohio State, more often than not, has been on the winning side of it. And Illinois now, David, they're going to be trying to create a little new trend here.
Yeah, try to get some mojo. Try to get some momentum on their side. Try to change this rivalry. And listen, it starts one at a time, right? Like the old coaches speak, we got to throw out those records from 100 years ago. They don't matter. Let's dominate today.
And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. With the catch, it's Smith. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
This offense has a 2nd down play. From the gun, running back on the move. The Buckeyes will keep this drive going. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Spits it out to the back. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Running back goes in motion. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
On second down, looking again to throw. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The defense trying to make a stand on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he makes the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Looking to throw, it's Altmaier. Fires to the middle. It's complete. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. It's caught downfield. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Pressure coming. And they got him for the sack.
Wow, well, the offense a play ago comes up with a big completion down the field, and they decide to go right back to another passing play to see if they can add on to it, and they were not able to protect the quarterback. Big missed opportunity.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offense, a sack. Now it's second down. He's looking to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. Second and third and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell on that pass rush, man, they were coming.
We might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. That's caught. It's Dixon. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. Already proven reliable. Once he'll try a second field goal, this one a 37-yarder. And it's right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Illinois. No midseason concentration. 7 as they push out that lead. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for one final play of the half. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Illinois has it teed up, ready to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Still on his feet at the 45. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and how about this offense? A little counter, a little misdirection. Get everybody's eyes going one direction. They go back the other way. Nice execution by the offense to make the big running play down the field.
The give to the tailback. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Sayin. A little release to the back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Snagged in the middle. It's Thurman. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Perfect timing to call that pass play. It's 3rd and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on 4th. You don't have to worry about that now. Because of the pass completion, it's 1st and goal.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wide receiver shows motion. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
To throw, it's Altmaier. He's got the tight end. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Illinois lining up quickly. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Movement here from the tight end. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football there before the defense can break it up.
They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. He wants to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense. That was not a great throw. Might even call it ungood. Tried to put some air under it and just made it too easy.
I don't think the quarterback had a lot of confidence in where he was going with that football, Reese. I mean, that's a ball that needed to get there so much sooner. You got to put a little bit more mustard on that throw, and just lobbing the ball down the field like that, I don't know. You're asking for an interception.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Makes his connection. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And I love working the slot receivers, and you see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot, maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything's perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the 2nd level and creating big lanes for this running back.
And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice
touchdown, Ohio State! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. So an 82-yard drive there. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Illini. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They want to see if they can score the deuce.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the...
Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the two-point try. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air, it's Sayin. Trying to get to it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. That's the end of the quarter, and Illinois has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Unloads to the right. And here's the third interception of the night. What a nice play. And even with the short return, they're in scoring position at the 18.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. From the gun, the ground game. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Illinois right back to the line. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. He snares it in the end zone.